Hello YouTube and welcome to the video. In this devlog we're going to be showcasing a bunch of new items, including the new movement system, which I'm pretty proud of. I spent a good bit of time on it and it turned out great. We're going to be showcasing the new part of Split Town, which is the final part. It's going to be the spring area. And inside it's going to have a nice big lake, and there's going to be a couple of mini games that you can do to try and progress the story along and do some side quests. And there's also a new character that's going to be joining Spunk along his adventure, and other side characters to come with her. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. Now for the new character. It's actually looking really good. Spice Lemon member number 1 made it, as always, and it's looking really good. So, it's actually a raccoon. This is a raccoon girl who's going to be helping us on our quest. Now, the story is going to go like this. You're going to enter Colorless Town, and it's coming from Split Town. Like I said before, each town is going to have something done to it because of the Jester's lust for evil. And because of that, they're going to keep on doing it over and over again to each of the towns to come. So when you get to this town, all the color is gone. All the people are husks of what they used to be. So once you do a little bit of digging around, you realize, oh, maybe we should go check in the caves in the mountain. There might be some people there. And when you do, you'll meet the raccoon family. There's 2 people in it, and the one that's going to be joining you on the quest is the girl. Now, she's very energetic, and she's going to help us get through the mountain and kick the Jester's butt. But we need to go find the mini-boss first. And we haven't come up with a design for them yet, but for now, it's going to be a layer that is filled with the color from the town, and their attacks are going to be paint-based. They're going to be very centered around the idea that they took all the color to use it for themselves, and we're going to try to stop them because those people need their emotions back. It's not good if they're just sitting around like husks. It's sad. So, she's going to help you on our quest, and she's going to help you stop the Jester from doing any more harm. And yes, they will stay with you past the mountain. I'm not sure if I said it last devlog, but I might have said that she isn't going to stay with us, but that is not true. All partners are going to stay with you, especially since if you're going to get connected to them, you don't want to lose them later on, unless we're going for like an emotional scene, but this is more of a lighthearted game. So yeah, that's about all we got. Oh, we've got the movement system. I'm really proud of it, actually. In the movement system, I'm going to try to best explain it as best I can. So, unlike the older ones, this is going to be more Paper Mario themed. We got all the animations in using the cool little animator tool and the animation tool. But wow, I didn't realize how much of a pain it is to do all of these. So, basically the way I did it was, thank you James Plus Games, or Games Plus James. Thank you for helping me out. I used your tutorial a little bit to try and make the movement system, and thank you. It is amazing. I added a couple modifications to it, but it's working really well. So thank you. But if you also want to go check his channel out, go check the link in the description. He's really cool. So there's that. But when I was making the movement system, there's a couple key underlying factors to it. You want to make sure that you've got a basic movement system in there, which is essentially assigning different variables to different points in the movement system code, which changes the speed and the jump. Then you can use that to control if you press this, then it will move you forward, left, or right, and however strong they are will be controlled on, like we talked about earlier, the variables. So, when I was doing this, I realized that when I jumped, there was no ground point. There was nothing checking that there was a ground point. So I figured there was one of 2 things that I needed to change. One of them had to be colliders, and the other had to be something to check where the ground was. Now, I had initially forgot to put this in because I didn't really think it was going to matter, and because I didn't really know what colliders were. I'm sorry, I'm just a novice game dev here, but it's a little bit tricky sometimes. So once I figured it out, you need to assign everything to be ground, because there's a specific layer that you have to be able to jump on. Now, I think this is a little bit clunky. I want to be able to change it up in the future, but for now, it works. Essentially, you just have to make everything have a box collider so that you have physics going on. Because if there's not a collider, then you're just going to go through the floor like a ghost. Alrighty, so now that we have the movement system, we need to add some animations, because people just don't walk around without doing anything. That would just look weird. You'd look like you were frozen in time, and Spunk is not that, so what I did was, it was actually not too hard, but it was in between. So basically what you have to do is you have to add some code into the script, which tells the script, it will tell the script or the player that when you press such and such key, this animation will play. Now once you do that, you need to add said variables in the actual animation editor, so that this way it knows to change them once the game starts. And once the game starts, basically you have it all compiled together, and boom, When you press each thing, it starts the animations. But you need to define the animator and the different parts that you're going to be telling the machine to access. You're going to tell them through variables. Now, I'm not 100% sure on variables between public and private variables and in between. So, all I know is that you need to define the animator and the animation, which is which and what goes where, and then boom, it'll work. You'll play it together, and you just need to go into the editor, the animator, and you need to string the different nodes together to basically tell the machine that, oh yeah, this needs to play when this needs to play. Like, you start in the idle, you go to the walk. If you're walking then and you need to go to the jump, then you need to transition between that. And there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, especially when you're doing it advanced. But since this is a more cartoony style game, we tried to keep it a little bit more chill and laid back. So yeah. Alrighty, let's go back a bit. Now, in the first town that we were making, or the second town at that, this is called Split Town. Now, we got done with the 3 other areas in the last devlog, and we didn't have time to finish the 4th one, but this is going to be the spring area of the town. And I really like the way I designed it. I tried to have cherry blossoms surrounding the beautiful, lake that would be there. I wanted it to go for a very serene and calm feel. A lot of the villagers who are going to be here are going to be calm, laid back. They're not going to be too worrisome. There's a cabin there because that's where the people are going to live at. It's a little fishing community. You're going to have to beat them in a fish-off, which is something that I quite enjoy a lot. Fishing is one of my pastimes, so once I get to code in the minigame, it's going to be great, or maybe Spice Lemon number 3 will do it, but it's actually a really good idea, to me at least, to do the fishing minigame. Now, once you finish up the fishing minigame and any other side quests, well, side quests aren't necessary, but once you do the minigame, you need to show everyone that everything that they do is equal. Nobody is better than the other. And when you do this, they can help you go to the next town over. You'll help them restore balance, and they'll help you get to the boss who has been messing up the town and turning the different areas into the 4 seasons. You're going to help each other understand their differences and come together as a community to stop the thing that is messing everyone up. And to me, I find that really beautiful because as this is not going to be that much of an emotional game, I like adding in these bits to make it feel worth it. So yeah, that's what we have for this section, and it's looking pretty good. And that's about it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you really like the video, why don't you try and subscribe or comment or like? We really enjoy the comments because they show us feedback, and they make us feel better because we see the compliments, and you guys are just awesome. So thank you. Subscribing helps us because it keeps the YouTube algorithm seeing our content and keeps pushing it out to other people so that we can help show them what the Spunk Project is. So we would really enjoy it if you did those things. But without further ado, thank you guys for watching, and stay safe. Time for the line. Don't forget, you're amazing.